Hi, boys and girls. Well, we just read a story about Tacky the penguin and how he was a very odd kind of bird. Well, let's go ahead and make the main character of that story. So he looks just like this. Yeah, I think he's pretty cute too. Hi, Tacky. Pretty odd bird. So you have a packet that looks like this, and it says Friday the 15th on it. Inside here are all the pieces you will need to make your penguin, but there are some tools that you might need as well. Like one of them will be a glue stick or some tape. So I'm going to make sure that my tape and my glue stick are out of the way and get my pieces out of the bag. And you'll notice that you have all these bits. You can stick the bag to the side, and you should have one black rectangle. You should have one arch. You should have two leaning black arches. You should have one orange rhombus. And you should have two almost look like crowns that you could put on. And you should have three ovals. The reason we gave you three is because sometimes the little ovals can get lost. Oh, I just remembered something else that you might need is perhaps a black marker or a black crayon, one or the other, but you'll need it to draw on some pupils. So, first thing we're going to do is take our rectangle, which is a 2D shape, and we're going to turn it into a 3D shape. And when you got it, it was folded this way. What I want you to do is take it and turn it into a cylinder, a 3D shape, a shape that takes up space and has volume. And you can either glue it in place or you can tape it in place. I'm going to tape it just because it is faster for this demonstration. So I'm going to put tape down the bottom, and I'm going to put tape at the top. And now I have a 3D cylinder. Looks like a tube that I could go spying on some penguins on. Now that I have my 3D tube, the next shape that I'm going to need is my white arch. And can you guess what part of the penguin that's going to be? Yeah, his belly. What I need to do is get my glue stick, and I need to cover the whole belly with glue. I'm going to cover that whole belly, get it nice and gluey. One of those few times where you can use a little bit more glue than you think you should. And then stick it with it touching the bottom of my cylinder. And I've stuck it onto my cylinder with the bottoms matching. Now I have a cylinder with a white arch on it that we know is the penguin's belly. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my two leaning sideway arches, and this is where I'm going to use tape because it's faster than glue. But you can use glue, and if you use glue, fold that little end like this so that you have a little lip on it, because then you can stick it on like that. And that's what I'm going to do, but I'm going to use tape. I'm going to use a bit of tape for this part and a little bit in the front to hold it in place. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Take my wing, give it a little lip, and then stick it about same height, because most penguins are symmetrical. And we know that symmetrical means the same on each half. If you cut it down the middle, it will be symmetrical. If I cut it like this, though, it would be asymmetrical. I'll put this on here. Now my penguin has some wings. The next thing I'm going to do is get those eyes on there. And this is where I need my marker, because I'm going to set my little penguin over here, get my 2 ovals. Oh, it's pretty good. I didn't lose the other one. And I'm going to get my marker. I'm going to put some pupils on there. There's one pupil. And here's another pupil. Now I have those. Now I'm going to put some glue on the back of them. Not on the pupil side, but on the back of them. I'm going to stick it on my penguin just above his belly. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4. Yep, here's one. And do the other one. Put some glue on the back of that. And stick that one right there. Oh, stuck to my finger. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. And there we go. Now I'm going to take my rhombus. Now the trick with my rhombus is I'm going to fold it in half. So now it looks like a triangle. It's the beak. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue on the back of just one of the triangles. And the reason I do that is I don't want the whole thing to stick to his face. I want half of it to be able to open and close. So I put glue on just one half of the triangle. And I'm going to point that part down. So like that. And I'm going to hold that in place. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. Now he's got a beak. I'm going to fold it down so that you can see. Oh yeah! It's not quite in between his eyes. So I think still have time to peel it off and stick it a bit better. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. That's a bit better. Now he looks a bit better. Now, I still have the feet, which look like the 2 little birthday crowns. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold a little bit so that a little bit sticks up. And I'm going to hook that onto the end of my cylinder. And I'm going to use a little piece of tape. Remember, you can use glue. Just hold it there for a few Mississippis so it hangs on. And I'm going to do the same with the other foot. Take it, fold a little lip on it, hang it like a hook on this end of the cylinder. Use a piece of tape to stick it in place. And now I have my friend Tacky the penguin, an odd bird, but someone I can read a story to. Or maybe I could listen to the Tacky the penguin story again, and he can listen in too. So have a good day, my little penguin friends, and scroll on down for another little science activity that you can do that has to do with penguin feathers. See you later.